But you know, it's good to be back. A couple of days ago, I had the honor of walking through the campus with President Mrs. Rosie and some other folk on the tour of this campus. And I must say that in 13 years, since I've been gone, the campus has gotten prettier and I've gotten fatter. And I certainly commend all of you who have added to the upgrading of the facilities here. It looks great. It looks wonderful. It was also quite appropriate that during the time that we were walking around, a good friend of mine, Buster Linville, joined us. And I want you all to know something right now. If it hadn't been for that man, this school probably wouldn't have been here, and that's all I'm going to say about it. But Buster, we all love you, and we want you to know that. It's no surprise then that as I stand here this morning, I have many memories of Oak Ridge and all it has meant to literally thousands of people throughout the years of its existence. In fact, the very fact that this institution has faced and overcome difficulties which have caused many other places to cease to exist is testimony to its place in the educational world. How many times over the years have there been those who despaired and speculated about the continuance and its future? Often there were many who did not believe in its future and at various points predicted its demise. There were hard times, it's true. But regardless of the nature of the time when things looked dismal, somehow there was a way found to continue existence. You who are students here today, you who are graduating from this great institution, are recipients of the faith and work and trust of many who made it possible for this school to continue and to be here for you when you needed it. Now, there are a lot of reasons, you know, that an institution continues to exist. Sometimes it's because there's no other with whom it has to compete. This is not true anymore, as travel and communication has made it easier to get from one place to another. There certainly are special schools which gain support due to their uniqueness and unusual program. Other times, an institution continues to exist due to support by large endowments and even on occasion direct aid from the public sector. However, Oak Ridge does not fall in any of those categories. Indeed, when one looks back at the history of this school, its existence depends greatly on people. Those who have had faith in this place and the task which it set out to do. It exists because of those other students who have gone before you and have come to realize that others, you students today, deserve the opportunity to gain as did they. It exists because over the years there have been teachers and administrators who sought the chance to aid young people in preparing for life instead of seeking personal glory and financial comfort. Some years ago, I stood beside of a former teacher, he's dead now, as he looked into an office here, which looked very much like it did when he taught here in the 30s. And he said, well, I well remember going into this office to receive my pay and being asked the question, how little can you get by with this month? It exists because there were those who were not alumni, not even parents of students, who saw here an opportunity to help someone on her or his way toward maturity. But you know, there are others who made this place possible. and therefore this day, your graduation day, possible. People so often forgotten. Names you may not know and will never see on a building here. People like Tip and Ernest Alley and Nick and Shorty and others who kept this place clean, who came over in the middle of the night when the furnace stopped, and who mowed lawns and who repaired broken windows and did the thousands of other things for which they were seldom received any thanks or appreciation. People like Smitty, who taught more philosophy while cutting hair than was ever seen in one of the classrooms. The ladies in the kitchen, Mary, Margaret, Carrie, Dora, Nancy, Georgia, to name a few, and there were many more who had your food there every day. Regardless of what you said about it, it was there. And there have been hundreds of other people without whom this school could not have existed. Sometimes it makes you wonder if you can possibly live up to the heritage of this institution and the legacy which those who have gone before you left. But let me assure you, students, you can. You, just as those others who have graduated before you and those who will complete their secondary schooling here in years to come, have gained great lessons of great magnitude. You have learned much. Oh, now I'm not talking about specific facts. You very well probably will not long remember the formula for the solving of quadratic equations, as important as that might have been to the space program. Few of you will ever remember that Harold was defeated at Hastings in 1066, thereby starting the Norman conquest of England and predicting the cosmopolitan nature of our heritage. Over time, you will even forget the signing of the Magna Carta in 1215 by King John, and therefore setting the basis for all democracy. You may even forget how to diagram a sentence. And certainly the political boundaries of the world are going to change constantly, apparently. But there are lessons which you have been taught, some very slowly, usually daily. For you have learned to live in a community. You have learned that you must give up personal freedom for the good of others. You have learned that your desires must be considered along with the desires of all and the good of the total community. You have learned that you must be aware of and considerate of the place of others and their rights, as well as those things which might please you. You have learned to live a disciplined life. Now, we're not talking about yes sir, no sir, wipe that smile off your face discipline. Rather, we're talking about a discipline which dictates that there is a time and place for everything. That there are times when one must refuse to become involved in something which might be very attractive and instead tend to a task which is boring and for which you see no good reason at all. We're talking about a discipline which will cause you to perform at the best of your ability. A discipline which keeps your efforts focused on a task until that task is completed. You have, along with this, learned to perform at your best when sometimes you saw no reason at all for that which was required of you. You certainly have learned to ask why. But at the same time, you have known that there are things which must be done for which there is no answer to why, and yet you have performed them. You may have learned to complain a bit about things, particularly those rules and regulations for which you saw no need at all. But at the same time, you have learned to comply with those rules and regulations. Certainly have learned a great deal of appreciation of living under a system of laws. Laws which protect the rights of others, even though you may not agree with those others, the life which they lead, or even the philosophy which they adhere. Somehow, you have along the line, now listen, you just might have learned to gain a better appreciation for the viewpoint of others, and understanding that regardless of anything else, we do have in common with all other people the fact of our creation. That although we can find no other basis of commonality, we are all God's creatures, and that fact you must not forget. Yes, you've learned to live life here at Oak Ridge. You've learned to pay the price for your actions. You've learned to reap the benefits of those times when you have achieved and pay the penalty when you have broken the rules of living. But most of all, my friend, hear me now. You have learned that you are you. That you are a unique person living a life in a world populated by unique people. That you have been given by your Creator abilities and thoughts and energies and goals which are yours alone. You see, as we think back on this institution, and those people we have named who made it what it is, and even as we look at it today and see those who have maintained it as a quality place, and if we look to the future and that which will make it what it will be, as we do this, we are sure of the fact that all of this is only possible because of those thousands who have done their task to the best of their ability. You have completed one step in your preparation for life. Hopefully, you have learned the lessons about which we have taught. But remember one thing above all else. You are you. Created by God to perform your God's work in God's world. Created with a set of abilities, opportunities, and responsibilities which are yours alone. You know, there's an old hymn which we used to sing, and many of you probably know it. We don't sing it much anymore, maybe because it's become too unsophisticated, but I think has a very good thing, and I'd like to leave that with you, seniors. The rest of you, too. For it goes like this. It says, do not wait until some deeds of greatness you may do. Do not wait to spread your light afar. To the many duties ever near you, now be true. Right on the corner where you are. Think about it, my friend. That's your legacy.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Sergeant First Class Freeman from the United States Army Recruiting Command.
Good morning. Faculty, parents, students. Today at Oak Ridge Military Academy, I would like to continue what has become an important tradition out here. I presented two of these school's finest students to the Army Reserve National Scholars Athlete Award. Christopher Hayden and Amy Evans, please come forward. Whom the Army Reserve is honoring have achieved the winning combination of excellence both in academics and athletics. They have achieved a balance that many people aspire to, but only a handful achieve. I'm happy to be here to give them to honor top students. More than 120,000 high school students have received the Scholar Athlete Award, so today's recipients join a long list of distinguished scholar athletes. Students who are team captains, debate champions, student officers, community leaders, and Olympic athletes. One word I would like to leave the graduating class, and this goes for everybody in the audience also. No matter what you do in life, whether you're in college, if you're at the workforce, or if you join the military, always do the best that you can do. Always be all that you can be. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Colonel Fred Kennedy, who will present his son, Christopher Shea Kennedy, with the Boy Scouts of America Eagle Scout Award. Mr. Kennedy, would you come forward, please? I might add that Chris Kennedy's project for his Eagle Scout Award was the rappelling tower that is now standing behind the cafeteria. So if you get a chance to go over there and see it, please do so.
This time I'd like to announce a special award for Cadet Kenneth Ross Morgan. Please come forward, Ken. Ladies and gentlemen, be it known that Kenneth Ross Morgan is designated an advanced 3-year Army ROTC scholarship winner, having achieved outstanding academic achievements, demonstrated leadership potential, and a desire to become an officer of the United States Army. The above individual will become a scholarship recipient the sophomore year of college upon meeting established Department of the Army validation requirements. Join with us, please, and congratulations for Ken Morgan.
Special awards that we always give on graduation day. Oak Ridge Military Academy presents a scholarship medal to the academically top-ranking junior student as determined by his or her high school cumulative average through the end of grade 11. This year's recipient is our Chief Junior Marshal, Drake Jones. Oak Ridge Military Academy presents the Edwin M. Holt Award Medal. This scholastic medal is presented to the student who is not yet in his junior year or senior year, who has maintained the highest scholastic average for the year. This year's recipient is Jessica Marr. Jessica, please come forward. The diplomas, I would like to tell you about two special academic recognitions that are identified on the Oak Ridge diplomas. The first is a gold torch, which indicates that the graduate was inducted into the National Honor Society and is a member in good standing. The second is a North Carolina Scholar Award, which was established by the North Carolina Department of Education in 1984. The requirements include 4 units of English, 4 units of math, 1 unit of upper-level science beyond biology and chemistry, 3 units in social studies including U.S. history and American government, and 2 years in the same foreign language, 1 unit in health and physical education, and 3 additional electives. The student must also, in addition to those requirements, have an overall cumulative numerical average of 88 or better. The award is designated by a gold seal on the diploma and gives the student the special recognition needed when applying to colleges or universities in North Carolina. 1993. Presenting the diplomas is Mr. Robert R. Rossi, President of Oak Ridge Military Academy. Brady. Brooke is going to be attending Guilford College this fall. Aaron Bruce Blackburn, North Carolina Scholar, National Honor Society. Aaron will be attending Western Carolina University in the fall. Charity E. Burke, North Carolina Scholar, National Honor Society, and Presidential Academic Fitness Award. Ms. Burke will be attending Pomona College in California. Martini Chan. Martini is going to be attending the Citadel in the fall. Amy Diane Evans. Amy will be attending North Georgia College. Ahmed Fahim. Ahmed will be attending the University of North Carolina at Charlotte. Tara Suzanne Feinberg. Ms. Feinberg will be attending Kent State University. Timothy Roger Glantz, National Honor Society. Tim will be attending Western Carolina University. Tim is also a Presidential Academic Fitness Award winner. Christopher David Kafer, National Honor Society, Presidential Academic Fitness Award winner. Chris will be attending the University of South Carolina. Jack Christopher Keith, North Carolina Scholar, National Honor Society, Presidential Academic Fitness Award winner. Chris will be attending North Carolina State University. Medhat Tiba. Medhat will be attending the American University of Cairo. William Gregory Howard. Greg will be attending Marshall University. North Carolina Scholar, National Honor Society, Presidential Academic Fitness Award winner. Chris will be attending the United States Military Academy at West Point. Josiah Lai, North Carolina Scholar. Josiah will be attending the University of North Carolina at Greensboro. Kenneth Ross Morgan, North Carolina Scholar, National Honor Society, Presidential Academic Fitness Award winner. Ken is going to be attending the University of Kentucky, of Connecticut. He has that 3-year scholarship. We better send him to the right school. Hugo Pellman. Hugo will be attending Guilford Technical Community College. Carl Jason Ralston. Jason will be attending the Citadel. David Ryan Sandy.
Yes.
David will also be attending the Citadel.
Mueller. Hey.
John Kevin Scott. Kevin will be attending the Citadel in the fall. Crystal Ray Summing. Crystal will be attending Lee's McRae. Todd Christopher Williamson will be attending Wake Technical Community College. Benjamin Albert Willett. Ben will be attending NC A&T University.
Let us pray. Lord, thank you for this. Thank you for the class of 1993. Thank you for this wonderful year. Thank you for this day. Thank you for friends. Let friendships never die. Amen.
We will now engage in the ceremony of the passing of the saber, after which we will have the traditional recessional. I'd like to ask that the guests wait until the seniors and the faculty have been ushered out to take their places by the flagpole, and then please join them.
Order! Order!
Too much joy. You know.
Take it easy, man. Yeah, I got it. Dying. Yeah. Hey, why me? Hey. Where'd my hat go, man? Thank you. Dundee! Oh my God. Yeah, the trouble is Dr. Thompson. Come
Uniform item up No, I haven't. Alright. I know I'm out of here. Oh man, you should have heard the argument I got into last night. If I got one more, then I'll get out. I'll
One more time.
And then I'm doing my ears for my dad.
Challenge.
I knew that voice. Jackie? Yeah, I knew that voice.
After this many years, you ought to be able to chit-chat. You'll regret it.
I offer you a coat.
Get on your head, girl. Got you.
We're going to have a tour.
Oh, I was having my own tour.
Dad, I'd like you to meet Maple Glade. You're a brand new senior art instructor.
Only 5 people in the class. Boy, you did a good job. Get all that video.
You got Shannon in the car, miss. Be careful in the
Yeah, next weekend definitely. Heath! I'm really proud. Got it. Hugo! Everyone's got in the